Alright, we're back in the guitar cave, as you can see, but today we're actually talking about these Sansi 10-watt RGB LED lights. Now these are Wi-Fi enabled lights, and they do integrate with your Amazon Alexa or your Google Home. And I'm going to link to this product down below because they're extremely reasonable, especially when compared to some of the other brands. But if you read the reviews, you'll see that some people had a difficult time adding them to the Wi-Fi or possibly integrating them with a Google Home. So I'm actually going to run through that process for you. And we'll also take a look at some of the color possibilities. Something like 16 million color possibilities on these RGB lights, okay? Which is why I have the Led Zeppelin shirt on today, okay? I'll have a multitude of color options here in the guitar cave. One's going in here and one's going upstairs, but we'll check them out. We're going to hop on the computer here and I'm going to run through the setup process, add them to our Wi-Fi. We'll take a quick look at the recommended app from Sansi, and then we'll integrate it with my Google Home, which means at that point I can use anything that has a Google Assistant on it, okay? Your phone, I've got a TV, our Dish Network remote, our Google Home. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to spin around here. Alright, so the first thing you need to do is wind the light bulb into a standard E26 light bulb socket, ensure that there's power, and turn it on. You also need to be sure that the light bulb is within range of a 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi signal. These bulbs do not connect to 5 gigahertz. If you're not sure what the difference is or whether or not you're running 2.4 or 5, leave comments down below and I can try to address them in the comment section, and I may possibly make a separate video on just that, okay? Then you're going to head to the App Store, whether it's Android or iOS, it doesn't matter, and you're going to search for Stellar Wi-Fi, and you can see that I already have it installed, so I'm just going to go ahead and click Open. Okay, at the bottom I'm going to click Devices, and then I'm going to click in the upper right hand corner the little plus icon, because we're adding a device. And then I'm going to select bulb. Alright, now for this next step, I'm going to switch over to the camera because we need to reset the light bulb. Alright, so what we're going to do to reset the bulb is quickly turn the bulb off and on 5 times with no more than 1 second between each switch position. Let me go ahead and do that and I'll show you what we're looking for. Alright, so this color pattern is letting us know that the bulb has been reset properly. Alright, let's hop back on the computer. Alright, once the light bulb has been reset, we can actually check the little check box confirming that we've done it, and I'm going to click Confirm. Alright, that's the new unconfigured bulb there. I'm going to go ahead and select that. And it looks like it retained the settings from the previous bulb configuration, which is actually helpful. At this point, I'm going to click Connect. And I think it's worth mentioning that when I did the initial setup on the first bulb, I had OpenDNS running on my router, and I believe that OpenDNS was preventing the bulb from connecting to a website that it needed to connect to. Now, you can't see this, but the bulb just flashed twice, indicating that it has made a Wi-Fi connection. And at this point, I can select the room that it's in, and these rooms are predefined in the app, okay? And of course, this bulb is going to be in my guitar cave, and I don't see that room in here. I'll have to make a suggestion on their website. They need to add guitar cave to the room list. So I'll select entertainment room, and I also need to name. I need to name the bulb, so I will name it Cave LED. Naming the bulb here doesn't really impact the next step when we get to the Google Home configuration, but I like to name them the same. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and do that. And at the bottom, I'm going to select Confirm. Alright, so at this point, in the media room LED is off. It's the other bulb I have here in the guitar cave. But I have the ability to change the color of the bulb. And I'm going to switch over to the camera here so that you can actually see some of this. And then we'll move on to the Google Home integration setup. Okay, so I'm not exactly sure how well the camera is going to pick up the variations in color here, but I can simply take my finger and drag it around this little color wheel, and the bulb changes pretty instantaneously here. There are also just sort of pre-selected colors down at the bottom here, and I'm just selecting those for you. Okay, we have the ability here with this little thermometer to kind of go with bright white or sort of off-white or yellow, a more warm color like this. If I go all the way to the top here, it's more of a bright white. Okay, this is the brightness, so I can dim the bulb here. They do have a couple of presets off to the right here, and I'll just show you one real quick. That might be the holiday season preset. That would be the simulated police car preset, I guess. Okay, so there are different ones. All right, let me just stop that. We're not ready for that craziness yet here. And if I go back to the color wheel, if I select the center, it does kind of go to white, but it's really dim. So if you need to get back to a bright white or a bright bulb, you've got to come to this one here. Okay. We can obviously turn it off and on, lower left here. So it works pretty well. All right, on the first screen here, there are shortcuts, and you can actually sort of create presets. Now I have playing around with this one. This was the family room gaming, and I have the media room LEDs in there. Now I can add this one in as well, and let's see, I could select the color. Okay, so, and I'll just go ahead and hit save. So what these presets do here on the shortcut screen is you can have multiple groupings or groupings of bulbs, and if you just select it, you can actually essentially have it quickly go to whatever color, brightness, intensity that you want, and multiple bulbs. And what we'll do is when we get done here, I'll put both bulbs outside so we can see how that works. I probably won't rename them because it really doesn't matter. One is called Media LED, the other one's called Cave LED, but I'll put them both outside so we can take a look at how that actually works. Okay. Now we'll move on to the Google Home integration, and I've actually have to remove my existing setup so that we can go through the process again. So let me do that. Alright, so you can see I'm in the Google Home app here, and I did remove the Media LED device that I'd previously added because I want to show the process from start to finish. I'm going to select the plus icon in the upper left hand corner. Then I'm going to select Setup Device. Then I'm going to select the second option, which is Works with Google, have something already set up. At this point, there are a ton of options. It's amazing how many there are now compared to when Google Home first came out. They're all alphabetical, but if you just kind of scroll, it just keeps going. So we're going to use the little magnifying glass at the top, and I'm going to type in Stellar Wi-Fi, and I'm going to select that. Now, you do have to create a Stellar account, and you select Sign In, and then you'll need to select Authorize. So this is allowing your Google account to be associated with your Stellar Wi-Fi account. All right. So now at this point, it actually shows both LEDs. So I'm going to select the media room LED. I'm going to add to a room, and that one goes in the family room. And I will select the cave LED. There's probably no guitar cave. I think I call this room the office. It doubles as an office. Hit next. With Google Home, you can create specific rooms. I could create the guitar cave, but we'll keep it office. Better for tax purposes. So now I'm going to click Done at the bottom. And you can see that the media LED is now in the family room. And you can see that the cave LED is in the office. I could also rename that and call it Office LED. Okay, so at this point, I can either just turn it off or on right here on the main screen. I can select it, and I do have the ability to adjust the brightness and intensity right here. So I'm going to switch over to the camera so that you can actually see this happen. Alright, so I'm just using my hand here, and we're in Google Home, the app. Okay, but obviously, and then you can select color here, and they have a bunch of presets rather than a color wheel. You can just select presets here, but the real functionality of using Google Home comes with the Google Assistant, okay, which my phone has Google Assistant. I have a Dish Network remote with Google Assistant. We have a Google Home. I have a Sony Android TV that has Google Assistant. And honestly, I don't use it maybe as much as other people do, but I think it's pretty handy. So let me bring the Google Home in here, and I'll just show you how you can control the bulb with Google Home using your voice. Alright, so if you have a Google Home, you know that means that Google Home has completed its boot cycle and is ready to assist us with whatever we need. Okay, Google, set the cave LED to aquamarine.
Okay, changing cave LED to aquamarine.
Okay, Google, set the cave LED to bright white.
Okay, changing cave LED to bright white.
Okay, Google, reduce the brightness of the cave LED by 75%.
Sure, dimming cave LED by 75%.
Okay, Google, set the cave LED to blue.
Sure, changing cave LED to blue.
Okay, Google, turn the cave LED off.
Okay, turning cave LED off.
Okay, Google, turn the cave LED on.
Sure, turning on cave LED.
Okay, Google, turn the cave LED to bright white.
Sure, changing cave LED to bright white.
Alright, so that's how that works. What I'm going to do now is put both bulbs outside and set up the camera, and we'll group them together and just sort of see what we can do there. Alright, so we're back in the Stellar Wi-Fi app, and hopefully you can see, I'm not sure, it's not quite as dark as I thought it was. Hopefully you can see that both bulbs are different colors. I'm going to go ahead and I just executed that shortcut, but we set them as different colors. So if I come into the shortcut here, one's purple, one's blue, and I can go to turn on and dimming here. And at this point, I could probably use the presets at the bottom. So I'll set this one to green. I'll hit save. And then I'll come into the medium room LED. Turn on and dimming. And I'll set this one to red. And hit save. Now, if I save the shortcut, if I just go ahead and click the shortcut, it executes the shortcut. So I'm not outside, I'm actually in the guitar cave, and I'm assuming that one is green and one is red. Let's hope. So it's a pretty handy app. I haven't spent a whole lot of time in this app. I've been using Google Home more, but you know, the reviews on Amazon aren't that great for the app, and also in the Play Store. But I think it comes down to the fact that a lot of people don't know how to set it up. So hopefully this video has been helpful. If you're looking for RGB LEDs, I would encourage you to check these out. I've got the link down below. They're reasonably priced, and so far they've worked really well. They're estimated to last like 13 years or something. So for the money, I just don't think you can beat it. All right. Thanks for watching. Give me that thumbs up if you found the video helpful, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you're not a subscriber.